Hello, my name is Ben, and on this YouTube channel I document my own print-on-demand journey. Why is print-on-demand a good business model? I'd like to share with you my top three reasons why I think that print-on-demand is a good business model in 2021 and why it actually also works. And why I think, if you're looking for a good online business, it might be worth for you to look into print-on-demand and to seriously consider starting a print-on-demand business. Because I started 4 to 5 months ago with my print-on-demand business, and it works. It works. So my profits are going up. I'm really happy, and I will continue to drive this business. Now, there are 3 specific reasons why I chose this business model, and I'd like to explain it to you and really talk about these 3 reasons a little bit. Now, the very first one is that it is risk-free. Now, it's as risk-free as it really can be, because nothing is really risk-free, but there is such minimal risk in this business that really anyone can start it. For example, if you go with something like drop shipping, where you have to get pallets in from China or something, then of course you have some risk, because you have to put down some money, probably like 2 or 3 grand. You have to spend some money up front, and you have to get the pallets to you. There's a lot to consider. A lot of things also with importing and distributing it to the Amazon warehouses or whatever. So it is quite a lot to learn, and there is also a little bit of risk just in case, you don't have any experience with dropshipping, for example, and you pick some products which are not selling. Maybe in the worst case, you watched a course or something, and somebody promised something to you, and you just don't really get there, and then you spend 2,000 or 3,000 pounds of your savings, and you buy it, it comes out, nobody buys the product in the end, and that's the problem. So there is risk. There's also risk in other online business models, but in terms of if you want to create something that is really risk-free or has minimal risk, print-on-demand is for you. So all you need to do is create designs and upload them to various marketplaces. These marketplaces, like for example here, Redbubble, they are popular. They get traffic. People go there every day to look for shirts, to look for whatever products, to look for other products, to look for stickers. And it's not only Redbubble. There are various marketplaces that you can go to. I think the most popular ones are probably Redbubble, Spreadshirt, and Merch by Amazon, and maybe Etsy as well. And so it's a really low barrier of entry. You can just start. It is really risk-free. Nothing is without risk, but there's really minimal risk, no financial risk, because all you need to do is create designs and upload them, which basically takes us to the second reason, which is that it's fairly easy to start. And it's easy in the sense that you don't really need a lot of skills, or at least you don't need to have a lot of design skills. Of course, you need to have some business skills, and you need to be able to organize yourself and everything, and you need to have a willingness to learn and push things forward and drive things. But you can just start it without having any design skills. Now, for example, if you don't have any design skills and you just want to get started, there are lots of tutorials on YouTube anyway, and you don't really need to know a lot. So it's probably looking at one short tutorial which explains to you how you can upload to Redbubble will be enough for you to upload. And to create a t-shirt design, maybe watch another tutorial, and then you're good to go. And you don't need to learn things like Photoshop or anything. You don't really need to design things yourself. Well, you need to design things yourself ideally in the beginning, but you can use software or websites like Placeit, like Canva, or like Vexels. Now I use all 3 of them, but you only need one really in the beginning. Maybe Placeit, because it's very good for beginners. And here you can really pick ready-made finished designs or templates, and you can just create them. There are also freebies here, as you can see, so you don't need to spend maybe any money really, but it's probably worth subscribing if you're serious about this business. It's not expensive anyway. I think it's around $10 a month, Placeit. But there are, as you can see here, ready-made t-shirt designs. And all you need to do is go in there, change the text, maybe change the color, and you have a design that you can download and upload to Redbubble, for example. You shouldn't use them as they are, but you should, or you can change the text, you can change fonts, you can change colors, and then you can use all of these templates, and there are hundreds of pages of templates really optimized for t-shirts that you can use, and you don't need to have any design skills. I mean, obviously you need some basic idea of what is selling, but really you can just start straight away. Now, and then obviously, you get better over time and you will learn as you go, but there is again a very low barrier of entry there. And the third reason is that it is completely passive. Now, every passive income business requires work up front, which is why you have to build a business. Whenever you build a passive income business, you have to put active work in. But at a certain point, as soon as you reach a certain level, this business will work for itself, because all your designs are uploaded to websites like Redbubble, like Spreadshirt, like TeePublic, maybe Etsy, maybe other platforms. And you don't need to be there to sell anything. You don't need to deal with any customer complaints. And it is really hands-off, and your designs are selling while you sleep. So again, it is something which will be there for the future as well if you design evergreen designs and things that will also sell in 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years. And it is really something that you can build, which will give you some cash flow in the future, some positive cash flow. And if you spend a bit of time, then you can really create a good business, which I think I have demonstrated hopefully through this channel. I mean, I'm still, in the beginning of my journey. It's now end of April. I started end of November 2020. So I'm really, still in the beginning of my journey. But if you're following my channel, you will see, or you have seen, that my income is growing month after month on all platforms, really, that the profits are going up. And it is something that definitely works in 2021. Of course, it's a lot of work, but because it is sort of risk-free, it's very easy to start, and it is passive, and I don't really need to have any, don't need to deal with customers. It is an ideal online business that you can start part-time, which is what I've done as well. Every morning I start my uploads, then I go to work full-time. I work as manager in a manufacturing business, spend a lot of hours there, come home in the evening, start another session of uploads, and it is really hands-off. It's doing the automated upload tool that I'm using does everything for me. I maybe have to spend half an hour a day to really load everything into it and do a bit of organization, but pretty much then, it uploads everything for me. And maybe I spend 20-30 minutes in the morning, maybe 5 minutes in the afternoon or after work just to sort everything out, or 10 minutes. And then it's pretty much ready for the next morning. And that's how I build this business part-time, while I work a 10-hour day at work and have a family as well. And also on the weekend, on the weekend I spend quite a lot of time, because what I do on the weekend is prepare all the designs for the following week. And then every day I can just upload my batches of maybe 50 designs to all the platforms. And this is how I've been building this print-on-demand business for the last 4 to 5 months. And it is something that works. And I'm pretty sure if I was full-time on this or in this business, I could do so much more, because I would have more, maybe 8 to 10 hours more every day to create better designs, to upload even more, and to scale this business out further. But I believe what I'm already doing with the help of all these automation tools is really as much as you can do if you're working full-time. And in parallel, of course, I'm working on this YouTube channel. But I think I've really started to really like this print-on-demand business, especially as soon as you see these results coming in, it's very motivating. And so hopefully, if you see this, you haven't started yet in print-on-demand, definitely consider starting. It is like every business, you need to have a certain mindset. You need to know what you're doing. You need to want to do it, because if you don't have any goals, and if you don't know where you're going, and if you don't have a plan, then you'll probably end up, nowhere. So I, very much the beginning of my journey, I created some goals for my business. I know where I want to be. I know that this is going to be something that will pay me in the next few years as well, and something that I want to grow further. And I know where I want to go. and it is a lot of work, but there is something that motivates me and I really enjoy doing it. And that is what you need to have as well. So if you don't enjoy doing it, it won't work, but it's perfect because you can do it, while watching TV, while having Netflix running, it's really something that you can actually make enjoyable as well. And it is better than some other businesses, I think. But in the end, everybody, I think every business model works for certain people. I guess print on demand might not work for certain people because it is a lot of work, especially in the beginning, because you have to create all the designs to make it work. In the end, you need some time. You need to free up some time. But then again, that is the same thing like with any other business. Really, you can't just grow business without spending any time on it. But the advantage of print on demand is that you don't really need to put any money in if you don't want to. There is, of course, minimal cost for a little bit of software or for some of these platforms like Placeit or Canva or Vexels, but you definitely need something to create your designs in. And I always recommend going for some automation as well, as at least like not maybe for the first few weeks where you're still learning, but then as soon as you know what you're doing, you need to automate, because then you can just create better designs because you can spend more time on designing because you don't need to spend the time uploading, or you can do other things that you like. Alright, so hopefully you liked this video. If you did, then please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on my print on demand journey, then subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!